ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय कोटि सूर्य समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः
अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्तिं पूजामूलं गुरोर्पदं मन्त्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरोर्कृपा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणीं विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा Friends, time is doing a vanishing trick in front of us. The age is advancing as the years are. The man who is a child becomes Kaumara, avastha he gets. He ages with time. Then he says that he is so many years old. All these are with the base year in question. He should be 30 and odd years, 20 and odd years. But look at the wonder. Suppose a child is born. Suppose he himself gets a child in 2007. Because his base year of birth was 70, he says that he is older. But this child might have travelled in the Pitraloka or some other loka for some time and would have come back. Suppose in 1970, it should have been grandfather to this fellow, or it should have been aged more than that, more than this fellow who begets this child. So the Samyada Prajna, the consciousness of time, place, trick, vanishing appearance, if it gets a little Sanyama, then the child will teach this fellow what all he has forgotten. There is a practice in yoga called Sanyama, where you see your past birth, simply. In any 27 years, I was 70 when you were 27, I was in the world when all these things will come. You have forgotten to do this, you would have done this. So many advices this fellow would have received. So this is where I was trying to tell. Appearance trick is just a Maya Jala. Vanishing trick is just a Maya Jala. So when you go and become apes for while you are shopping, you can remember this. It's just appearance and vanishing tricks. So when you are going for shopping, or when you are doing anything seriously also, remember that these are all appearance and vanishing tricks. You should have known that this world, there is no one who makes others dear, really. Feel dear, really. No one does it. Just these people go on praising, glorifying others just for something, we don't know the reason. If they get what they want, they vanish. Don't they have a little wetness in their heart? Then they will feel that everyone they meet is very important, everyone they meet is very dear. There is a feeling of humanism. 24 hours they work outside and they want a child. And if they get a child, there is no time to attend on the child. And then everything that they are just wanting because there is a custom. You see everyone, an industrialist, a film star, any professional fellow, they're always available anywhere else than India. For them, then why family, why all these customs? So understand before indulging, understand before deciding, understand before dividing people. People divide each other. There was an interesting case where there's a great lady who takes people to Puri Jagannath, place called Puri. Every year the crowd increases. She takes ladies only. One of the days when we were in swimming pool station, the husband of the lady came and told, I don't know what miracle or what you call that, they were using not a very good word, what you call Akarshana Shakti. I don't know whether that is in Puri or this lady. Whenever we mention these two names, my wife goes blank and she following. There should be some magnetic force or some other force which makes them not one with the family. Which she is not attending on me, my child. She is more in what you call religious what you call that? Religious pursuits and all. Big divide now. Previously we were all together. Now after attending this Puri and all these practices, all these discourses, whatever they do, bhajans, whatever they do, there is a magnetic force in the woman who draws to the temple. And maybe there is another Akarshana Shakti in Puri. So that every year now it has become a practice. By going there, what we miss is the togetherness in the family. She is more in ritualistic and religious practice. Then I told them, does she cook now or she says, Lord Vittala will come and cook? No, that kind of mental awareness has not come. She still cooks and takes care of children. Then what does she miss? Oh, every day she will tell me, go and fetch this much money, we have to construct this apartment, we have to do this, we have to buy gold. All those things are not there. She has become a recluse. So that means that there is no harm done to the family. More she is withdrawn like this, you are all not doing adharma in getting money. Then with dharma, whatever you have to get, you will get. Plus, there is another point in Shastras. If bhakti is done by patni also, the family gets benefit. So there is no magnet, there is no miracle, there is nothing except a great sense of revelation for these devotees that God exists everywhere, God exists. So let them be belonging to God, don't bring them to earth. If you go through Puranas, all those great devas, Dikpalakas, all those entries, those people will be given Shapa to become Asuras. Jaya Vijaya becomes Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. The determination in winning over the body is Jaya. Then winning over the mind is Vijaya. We have undergone that in the Lalita Sahasranama during Navaratri festival, how they became Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu and the eye for gold. Gold means all the pressures, all these things. That is the mental eye which goes adharma. Hiranyakashipu is sitting on the bed of Hiranya. That is bed of roses antivel, adara bed of money. This fellow sits on it, Darbar Row. Then they are taken to God once again. How? So it will be a bitter experience if all these great devotees fall and enter into all this unnecessary adharmic ways of living. Adharma is a trait andre which will catch you, which will never leave you. But dharma is something like a wind. It escapes even through this trait. So whether you want to live with breathlessness or free breath is the question. So follow anything which you like. So if you are attached to Vitala, fantastic. Minor judgment mistakes make people Hiranyakshas. Don't talk about poverty and other things. You are making the person poor and you are calling him poor. You are poor, not the person. So which person is rich that way? Suppose a child is born, let it remain as poor, let it not know anything. It should be poor only. Poor means not money-wise. It should not take more knowledge and become rich. It should be an innocently poor child only. And just now I remember when we conducted this medical camp, when I was visiting the stalls, one of the doctors came out and told, "Really, Guruji, I have never seen innocent people in my life. Huh? These villagers are so innocent. It has changed my mind." These were the very words told by a doctor. I never knew that these people exist. Innocent people exist in this world. It has changed my, feelings, something like that. So this is what we call the sign of maturity in the level of sadhana. The devotee does not just know what he is, but he knows that he is led. Otherwise, Prahlada would have got a heart attack at the time of judgment of something. He would have fallen dead before undergoing the punishment. But he is not an ordinary Prahlada, he is Bhakta Prahlada. And he knew that he is being led, he is being protected. He was sure that Lord Narahari will protect him. So everywhere when this is felt, then Lord has to come. That's why I always tell that you need not come with the formal viduct forms of deities. You need not come like that. So you would have met the same cosmic consciousness in various forms, like a conductor. He will disappear before your eyes. Each one of you would have met such a person. That means that God takes any form He likes. The sign is, you would have seen Him just here and He would have vanished. There is no time to even walk away. Such experiences has happened in your life, whether you have noted or not. That means that cosmic consciousness can take any form and appear before you in informal forms also. What is needed is the timely help it gives you. If it appears as doctor, the doctor's perfection in giving medicines is the donation given by God. So the backup power, the backup intuition, the backup innocence, the backup feeling for humanity is all divine. So along with time, don't get aged physically. ದೈಹಿಕವಾಗಿ ವಯಸ್ಸಾದರೆ ಕೂಡ physically, but we should have stopped somewhere, better than moving somewhere. That is the trick of life, where time stops. Time becomes still. You can get it at any moment. You can stop the time. If you have felt the stillness from that second onwards, you are moving with the time. The space gives way. The awareness appears. The self reveals. Truth eats. Till such a time, it's a journey for all the people. What is time? Answer ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Pardon?
Time is a moving thing for people who feel that physical age, and a person who completely becomes aware I think the time becomes still. So probably that is where the real journey starts, Professor.
Good. And then the second was, should God appear in the formal forms? Is there God? Should God be restricted to the formal forms? We know him as Matsya Kurma, this avatar, that avatar.
Yes.
In any form, informal also he can appear. What is the benefit of rituals? I was mentioning about someone. Do you think that there is some power which this happens? Suppose someone there is an ashram in what do you call Kerala. Some two became very much interested in that ashram and they joined as brahmachari. So when these problems came out, they started telling that there is a power which pulls. Is that so much of accusation on ashrams and the saints and all. That is different, at least. This Puri and all are real temples of so many years existence of it's a history. It's our culture. That also is being questioned. So the question is whether there is any power which is bad in all this. Then what is suppose one is addicted to this, or rather one finds relieved in all this, what is wrong in this? So is there any harm in all this? No, this is just a general debate. As we hear, a small child like Swaminathan becomes Kanchi Shankaracharya. At that time, their parents would have opposed. That is at least becoming a sannyasi. But those who are at homes and all, if they practice religious practices nowadays, there is a question.
Guruji, is the difference between concentration and awareness? You concentrate a light, and awareness is the false selling also is there in that light, kind of a thing. Indulging and that kind of activity, where you completely are lost, is also, it's an addiction actually. What is the purpose of achieving that? Suppose you are aware with all, the family, the God, and everything around you. You are actually in the game, and then you are playing all the levels of field activities. That is more, awareness, rather than just be a recluse and then get addicted to something where you cannot come back. I don't think that is a righteous activity.
Very good. Always all these karma yogis, including Swami Shivananda, he used to perform all the activities. The bhaktis people, like Mangalore, you have that Rama Shakti Nagar. There was a lady called Rama Devi. She used to always forget herself in entering into deep samadhi. If she keeps her hand like this, it will be for hours. We don't know when. She is once again blinking and coming back. With all these closed eyes, when her husband is hungry, she will run to the kitchen, prepare upittu or something like that. With closed eyes, she will serve him and once again come and think. It outbeats the normal thinking, and only by seeing and putting proportionate things only you can cook. Any normal brain will get triggered by it will be questioning all this, but it's happening? Well, afterwards the question is asked. Appa herself means that man. This is a question by husband. How did you do this first time? 2-3 times he himself questions. Abdiya, did I do it? That's all. She didn't recognize. She doesn't want to say that I did it. Did I do it? That's all. So that means that the family need not be rejected. The duties can be done even at that level of samadhi. I am not trying to talk about when you are awake, when you are having a feeling, then you know that your husband is hungry. That's a different thing. But whereas this has happened, these are all recent past, 10, 20 years, 30 years. She just now left. After that, Tara Devi took over as the head. She also was like that. Then I asked Jnani also, like Shankaracharya, when her mother passes away, he appears. So the family is questioning about karma, bhakti, jnana need not be there if these three are real. So the reality existing is existing in the innocence of the person. He just doesn't feel anything. That is the qualification in Karma Yogi, Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga. So if such people who are lost in the ultimate, I think that should be the goal. Actually, these are blessings. All the people should rush towards this. Where is it? Where is it available? No, this is not for testing. Why I am trying to tell you is when the lady is asked, she just says, did I? This is the recorded version of that lady, Rama Shakti, Rama Devi, Rama Shakti mission. But other form of the same ladies who won't cook and all, but she blesses individual there. That was Mata Ma Anandamai, long back, Calcutta of Anandamai. Wherever you place, she will be in Samadhi. It's not a particular time where she gets into Samadhi. Just she goes into Samadhi and that is it. We don't know when she goes. The darshan is over, days are going on, she will be sitting at a place. No such people have again and again come to this earth. Just to teach that nothing is you can be still and still the world will run. Just to teach us this. Great Mother Earth. Very interesting to even to know mysticism through the works of saints like Saundari Lahari, Brahmanda Purana, Brahma Sutras. That's why we suggested in the beginning Swadhyaya for 10 minutes every day. If you know nothing is available, our perfection. Otherwise, this is what we say is the final. From other things, you should not take leaves and start practicing. You can refer to this and say that, okay, this is what. Other things may lead us to different spots where we will be held up for some time. But that's also good. At least go into those dharmic ways of living in them. What I say is practicable or not? It's not. It is. Very strongly I tell you that these are mere sounds. If five of your friends wants to put some thought into you, if you just don't want, be still. Listen, but don't take it. We should not avoid listening. That means they'll get more wild. And by stopping listening, we give form to that thought, as if I don't like. That is more powerful than I like. So psychologically we will be prone to such thoughts in receiving such thoughts. So don't say I don't like or I like, nothing. Just listen and that's it. Like any wind coming and touching this wall and going. If you want to reciprocate, reciprocate with stillness, so that anyone will not go astray. And that stillness changes that fellow also. Let them be 200 people trying to post an opinion. They will also be changed if we are still. Oh, thank you. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti